So beginning in September, all students and all schools for all grades will be back to in-class learning. It will resume for all students. For those in the K-8 grade levels, this will mean full-time, 5-day-a-week school. For high school, it is our goal to achieve a 5-day-a-week school schedule if those schools can arrange schedules in such a way as to ensure that the health protocols related to physical distancing and cohorting can be achieved. The best place for students is in the classroom, and we are glad to be in a position to be able to bring back in the classrooms these students in September in this way. However, schools will not look like they did in the last September. There are a number of new steps that are being taken to ensure the health of students and staff, and also to ensure that schools can be COVID ready should a case arise in a school. Many of these steps were successfully implemented in June when thousands of students returned to class during the successful reopening of schools for limited use in Manitoba. There will be increased emphasis on cleaning and hand washing and sanitizing, all the things that Dr. Roussin has been busy reminding us of over the last many months. Both the schools and the buses will have additional cleaning protocols. On buses, students will have assigned seats and either sit alone with family or other students in their school cohort. Students will have greater space between them in class, and many will be cohorted together in their learning group for the school day. Classrooms will be configured to achieve this. There will be a staggering of lunches and recess breaks to avoid congestion in common areas in the schools. Self-screening will be emphasized, as will the overriding message that if you are sick, you need to stay home and you need to stay away from the school. And that equally applies to staff within the school and the students. While things may not be exactly as they were last September, the clear objectives is that we are able to return students to in-class learning while providing an environment that strives to protect the health of all those who are in the school. In spring of last year, we asked school divisions to accumulate their savings that they realized by schools not being opened. As a result of that and other adjustments, approximately $48 million was saved and is held by school divisions collectively. They can draw upon those savings for the additional costs that they may now incur. Of course, we as a government will continue to communicate with them on each step to assess their needs and how they can be responded to together. School divisions will now be able to communicate to parents with further specifics about their school openings. There will need to be an understanding that hundreds of schools that we have in the province do not all look the same. A high school with 50 students will face very different challenges than a high school with 1,500 students, and local flexibility will be required as a result of those significant differences. I cannot emphasize enough how much adjustment and how much change there has been for parents, students, teachers, and all those in the education system. And it would be wrong for me to suggest that the adjustment is over. It is not. There will continue to be challenges as we learn to live with the virus in an education environment. There will be situations that will require quick adaptation, and if the situation changes in Manitoba and public health advice warrants, there may be changes and requirements in schools as well. But the last few months have shown us both the importance of in-class learning and how creative, resilient, and determined Manitobans are. And we will undoubtedly need to rely on each of those qualities again in the months ahead. But we do welcome, with our partners, students back to school. It is critically important that they continue to learn, to develop, and to prepare to be leaders of our province. And we really look forward to their return.
And so we need to continue to balance the risk of COVID-19 with many things, including the need for students to get back to in-class learning. That's why our public health officials have been working with Manitoba Education to update these return to school plans for the fall. This guidance includes our fundamentals, the need for physical distancing, hand hygiene, frequently enhanced cleaning, as well as cohorts. And so this guidance will help reduce the risk while ensuring students can reap the many benefits of in-class learning. These actions are there to help Manitobans learn and stay safe. But certainly this is a change in mindset and behavior in continuation to much of the change we've all been going through. But it's critical that we find ways to continue to live with this virus and balance it with the very important things such as kids getting back to school. So those that are increased risk of contracting COVID-19 and the severe outcomes need to continue to take extra precaution as others. Ensure you're very cautious about entering indoor crowded spaces. We have a long weekend coming up, and so again a reminder to Manitobans that this virus is still here, so we should all still adhere to the public health advice of physical distancing, watching those gathering sizes, avoid prolonged indoor close contact, frequent hand hygiene, and again very, very vital as we go back to school, as we go back to work, into the long weekend, as our path forward is stay home if you're ill. Even if you're mildly ill, do not attend group events, do not attend school or work if you're showing any signs of illness.